Hello and welcome to Petrol Media. I'm your host, Terrence, and today I wanted to talk about microphones, mic placement, and why mics are important depending on the circumstance. Now, the videos you've been watching from me for like the last couple of, I guess the last 2 or 3, maybe 4 videos have been recorded with my DJI Pocket 2 microphone. So that's the camera you're seeing me on right now, and it's doing all the recording. Now, that microphone is omnidirectional. Actually, that camera has 3 microphones. There's one in the front and 2 on the sides, and they do some noise cancellation, but they also listen to everything at the same time. And they're not the best for recording audio in this setting. In a room like this, it's very echoey. So normally, because I haven't had a chance to put up soundproof anything in this scenario, and I'm probably not gonna do it for a little while, and you're gonna see a few more videos just like this for a little while, just because I literally batch filmed a whole bunch of videos at one time. When I say one time, it's usually like over like 2 or 3 days, I'll film like 5 to 7 videos depending on what the subject matter is, because those are content days. I knock those all out and then I edit them down and I release them. So the next couple of videos over the next few weeks are gonna be without the AKG. So the difference in these 2 microphones is here is the DJI and here is the AKG C414. I do prefer the sound out of the C414. It's cleaner, it's clearer. It actually helps to avoid the echo because it has 4, let me look real quick, 4 polar patterns on it. And right now I'm using the omnidirectional, but the way the omnidirectional on this works, it can turn off the back of the microphone. So it only really hears what's right in front of it. And it also has filter settings on the sides, on the back, that I can actually lower the curve so that it's not listening to everything. It really is focused on what's right here. Now, I am using it without the pop filter because I just didn't feel like putting it on here. It's really big and bulky. I actually have 2 of them, but I just wanted you to hear the difference. I do have the big pop filter out, so what I can do is show you what it sounds like with the other 2 pop filters so you can hear the difference. So this scrunched up little thing has been sitting in storage for a little bit. This little scrunched up thing is the one that came with the C414. So we're gonna put this one on real quick. So this is the difference of the mic with the pop filter, not the noise canceling or the room, I guess the room eliminating filter, but this is what it sounds like in this scenario by itself. So from here, you can hear how this eliminates some of the noise, some of the room, not too much, but just enough. And again, because of the way I set the microphone itself, I'm not hearing too much of the room noise in this scenario. Now, this is a little cheapy variant of the, I guess you could say the iPod. I forgot what it's called. It's like the Chaotica eyeball. That's what it was, right? They had a version of this where it was a little bit more expensive, and I didn't really see the point because it's just foam. It's just foam. The Chaotica eyeball is just foam as well. So I figured rather than blow a ton of money, let me just try something like this out. I've used this once or twice, and let's see what it sounds like. So as you can see, this thing is pretty huge. It's almost as big as my head, but the pop filter, as you can hear, this is what it sounds like with it on the microphone. And you tell me what you think. Which of the 3 scenarios you prefer? I'm not including the Pocket mic because honestly, the Pocket 2's mic is decent. It's not great. It's perfect for outdoor settings. It's not so great for rooms where it's super echoey. I think it would be better if I had it in this space with all of the acoustic treatment. And I have been looking at different ones because this room is almost a perfect square. And we all know how perfect square rooms are really challenging to deal with when it comes to sound. But I'm gonna get it handled. And I'm looking at different options. I could just throw some foam up on the wall, but really, that doesn't solve the actual problem. It just eliminates a little bit of the noise, but it will get rid of some of the echoing, but it won't solve the real problem. I actually need to really treat the room correctly. I do have a ceiling fan in the room, which is great because honestly, it keeps the room cool without being noisy, but I also can't mount anything on the ceiling in that scenario. I can't put things in the corners though, so I might consider doing that, but you guys tell me what you think. So normally you're gonna see recordings with this microphone, usually with the foam filter on top of it. And it's one of my preferred microphones. I did like the Rode NT1000 for a long time. It's a really great microphone, but the difference with that one versus the AKG is that the AKG actually has a bunch of settings. Like I said, you can change the polar pattern, you can adjust the filtering for the frequencies, and you can lower a pad on it. So you can lower it a couple of dB if you need to do that, or raise it up to its regular level. So those three things give you some flexibility to handle the noise floor and various sounds that may be causing issues in your mix. So that's something to think about. So like I said, this is a quick one, and I wanted to put it out just because a lot of the comments in the last video were addressing the room. And you need to realize that when you mix in headphones, and you can mix in headphones, and you've trained yourself with certain headphones, the room becomes less of a thing in the equation. I also have a bunch of kids. Although during the day when I'm here and I'm working, it's just me and I can do that. I can get loud. I wouldn't turn up speakers in this room right now because it would sound terrible with the echo. Nothing would sound accurate. And I know that. Being an actual engineer, I actually know that it won't sound right. You need to be able to trust your headphones. And for me right now, that's the Bear Dynamics DT770s. I am looking at the 990s as well because I want an open back solution as well. I like to be able to have two pair of headphones so I can go back and forth and check. There are some more higher end ones, but honestly, you don't really need these really crazy over the top headphones at this point. I think once I grow things to a certain level and the room is set up a little bit more, then we can discuss that. There are some higher end headphones I am looking at. Maybe in the new year, we can discuss those things because I plan to grow this channel a lot more centered around production and equipment. And I'm going to showcase some more of my music production so you can actually hear some of the works. I have some things planned for you guys. I look forward to showcasing that in the new year. But in the meantime, let me know what you think. Well, do you guys like the AKG C414? Or would you like me to go back to the DJI Pocket? Remember, this is what the Pocket sounds like without any extra anything. This is what the AKG sounds like. And you tell me which of the two sounds sound better. And also, it's good to have a conversation, right? I like having conversations with you guys. What do you think? When you're vlogging, how important is it to have a separate mic to capture audio more clearly versus the microphone built in on the camera? Do you prefer microphones that can wirelessly send the signal to the camera to record the audio and sync it up to the camera one time? Or do you prefer doing it in post? Let me know your thoughts. I wish the Pocket 2 had that option. I think it does if I was to buy the DJI microphones, but I'm not a huge fan of how they sound. Audio engineer brain, I like the larger diaphragm microphones. I think they do a better job of capturing my voice anyway. So let me know what you think. Like, share, and subscribe. Join me next time.